the last pick PL, and even after that, I still think it's fine. So, judging from how much value they got out of Whisper last game on that bat, that has you very hopeful for Beast Coast in this game. The last pick Troll for K1 is a hero they don't play very often, but he's definitely shown in previous tournaments that he's completely capable. And this is a good Troll game. He is a very good hero against PL. He's good against Visage because of the Whirling Axis blind. He's playing against a lot of melee heroes, like you pointed out, so there's targets to actually hit during fights reliably. And on top of that, he has multiple heroes in his team that have good lockdown, so he can stay on the same target and get those fervor stacks built up. Playing with Tiny, playing with Bane, playing with Batrider Lasso. There's plenty of options. For Team Spirit, I think, in a way, it's a bit similar to last game, that I think if they get off to a good start in the laning phase, that can allow them to scale Yatoro the way they want. Oh, hang on. This might be a bad start to the laning phase.
Yep, Gojira is here. He's got the Avalanche, and that is first blood for K1. So again, first blood going the way of Beast Coast. They might get another kill on top of that. Nice blocks from Gojira. Naposhka, one more right click will do it.
Charges.
And yes, double kill for K1. Troll Warlord, position 1 double kill. That is pretty disgusting.
That is such an awesome start for him, obviously. He's going to go to lane with a 350 gold advantage over the Mars. Looks like Mira has actually skilled Jingu?
Mira, he does have the Jingu proc, so he can get some HP back, but he takes a heavy, heavy damage as a result.
I find that a little bit of surprising way to skill in this lane, considering you're playing against Troll, right? So if you prioritize Jingu, as soon as the blind starts coming out, you're in trouble. Yeah, he's getting bullied.
That's a fairy fire expended. He does live.
They don't have a salve yet. He needs to wait for it to arrive from the courier. That's going to take a good 20-30 seconds that he has no impact here. But yeah, I think now that Troll knows this, he's probably just going to skill Berserker's Rage level 2, right? And just start blinding Mira whenever he goes in, and he's just negated. So I would say this should be a good start for Beast Coast in that bottom lane. Mid lane, I would say Snapfire against Pango. Should be a Snapfire favored lane as well here for Chris. And then top lane, Bat Tiny against PL Visage. PL usually very good against the Batrider, but I think his lane partner is atrocious against it. So that is a bit concerning there as well. So overall, I can understand where the panel is coming from with the prediction that Beast Coast is going to win this game. You factor in how they played last game, you factor in these lanes. Team Spirit definitely have their work cut out for them here. They've got to be very careful. But fortunately, Yatoro did say in an interview that you need to be careful. So
That's true.
They should be...
Do they listen to him, though? That's the real question.
That is a very good question.
Courier was killed with a couple mangoes from Beast Coast side, so they're not going to be able to get a little bit of that regen that they need. Obviously, K1 and Sting are both basically out of mana right now. As you can see, Gojira, toss back up. Okay, I'm allowed to say a couple stupid things per game, Cinder. This one's, it's not necessarily stupid. I just know it's not going to happen, but I want to mention it.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually,
that's stupid.
If the game goes late enough, Troll Ags is extremely good this game.
All right, so I was saying as a joke that it's stupid before you actually said it, but now that you did say it, it's stupid.
Okay, so let me explain why.
Okay, it's actually not stupid. All right, hang on.
Make up your mind, for God's sake, as Whisper getting chased a bit here. Maposhka gets off another soul assumption.
Good damage.
Tango there from Whisper. He should be good to go for now. Still more sticky napalms overall. Of course, the Doppelganger, a good way to dispel those sticky napalms when they get to be too much. But anyway, against PL, the Ags is amazing because of the low cooldown. You're constantly blinding him with each Doppelganger, which means he has to go MKB, which he never wants to go. You also have Dispels, or you can dispel the Jingu stacks on yourself. You can dispel Shield Crash off of Pango, which is a core Pango. I think it's a good... The problem is like that build was more for mid troll, which isn't really a thing these days. As Gojira gets killed in the bot or in the top lane.
Yeah, I do think Ags on troll is a possibility.
It's like a later game item.
Yeah, they're probably going to hope it drops from Roche.
Oh my!
Trade off there. Batrider showing off what it can do against Visage. Just run it down and get it done. But yeah, I could see it. It's just you always need to consider like what else could you get for 4,200 gold, right? That's the comparison. Always mid lane, Gojira finds Toronto Tokyo.
Oh my, that is rough. And now we got a nightmare from Stinger, so he's not even gonna get chased down. This is looking quite good for Beast Coast to start things out. Stinger, okay, he actually sticks around a little bit. Just going for this D war, but it's denied as Mira. Gonna get the activation on that Jingu. Stinger, I think he's gonna
Whisper's
be
low too.
fine though.
Whisper's
So
low. He's fine.
yeah, Whisper is fine, as you alluded to here.
Good.
Here's the replay. So the cookie setup and just the Avatos.
Yeah,
pretty
nice
simple.
and easy. Pango has very bad base health, one of the lowest in the game. So a great target for Snapfire and Tiny to combine on.
And the deny of the rune. As we see, Troll getting gone on. K1 gets off the whirling axes. There's Mira in the trees now, so you just need to get a salve, which they will get successfully. K1, in terms of CS, 22-1. Look at the Mars, by the way. Collapse, 25-5. He's having himself a game, but he's going to get gone on right now. Nightmare with the right clicks to come from Stinger. K1, you can see the Monkey King jumping in. Collapse, trying to mitigate as much damage as possible, but with the Troll Warlord, right clicks, and Whirling Death. By Whirling Death, I mean Whirling Axes, of course.
Death by Whirling Axes.
There is no
AKA
Timbersaw.
Whirling Death.
There is not a Timbersaw in this game, unfortunately.
Whisper's gonna get onto Miposhka here. That is a dead Visage. No escaping here. He will almost kill Gojira there.
Yeah, Miposhka is actually quite fast, but eventually will be burned down into oblivion. So another kill going the way Beast goes. 6-1 advantage. And what does Team Spirit need to do?
I think they need to play around Pango's ult. I think once Toronto Tokyo hits level 6,
Nightmare
to do what Chris did last game.
And the first Mortimer's Kisses of the game. So early rotation from that mid Snapfire. It's not quite enough, but with the whirling axes again, this time in I wanted to say death. you knew I wanted to say.
I know.
I've been casting so much Timbersaw, for God's sake. But the slow from the whirling axe is enough to combo with the Mortimer's Kisses. So another great rotation, this time from Chris Smile on the Snapfire. And are we expecting a similar build that we've been seeing from the occasional mid Snapfires with the Blink Shard?
I think so, yeah. It definitely looks good here. You have, like we talked about, there's multiple melee heroes in the enemy team, right? So you're likely to find a combo when those heroes come in nice and close. And you have good follow-up as well. If you get the initiation first, there's so many heroes that can pile onto the target you find. You go in with Troll and ult, you have the Snapfire yourself. If you have a dagger and you just reposition slightly out, you have the follow-up damage, obviously.
Right.
Tiny Avalanche Toss, Bad Rider Lasso, tons of things to play with. So
man, Gojira's movement here has been pretty freaking good. He secured the Invis rune for C Smile. He takes the enemy bounty rune. Now trying to set up for another kill in this top lane. See if they're able to get it as Whisper.
He's close to 6. He's actually trying to set this up for himself. He's starting to marinate them right now.
Marinate.
Delicious. That's what Bad Rider does. He marinates people with that license thick in Apom.
And Collapse with no regen and very little HP to work with.
What do you think about a Bad Rider set where Sticky Napalm is you throwing sauce?
Can it be combined with the taunt from Ember Spirit that has the shish kebab thing?
Yes, absolutely. So you're like marinating them, and then the lasso is, you know, the cooking.
Okay. So do you need a chef's hat for that, though, right?
Sure.
I'll
allow it.
That's going too far. The chef's hat is where it really breaks lore.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
You know, I always talk about how I would like the items to fit the character.
Yeah.
And I don't like these outrageous things. I feel like Bad Rider being a chef is very...
Toronto Tokyo, this is his first rotation of the game. It looks to be a kill onto Stinger eventually. But obviously just a support, but they're going to give him a solo kill. As K1, okay, Rolling Thunder's coming. He's going to need some TP support. Actually takes out the tree. Nicely done. And that might be enough for him to survive with the rotation from Gojira. Toronto Tokyo's ult finally ends, but there's the Avalanche. Perfect timing into the toss. Whirling axes again. Not quite enough to take out Toronto Tokyo. He's going to limp back to base.
Just surviving there for K1, though, I think is a victory for Beast Coast. That was a Pango ult. He's forced to rotate all the way back to base. If he doesn't get this he will get the Arcane Rune, so maybe he will be okay, but still very low on resources.
Poshka's dead.
Yep, that's...
Doesn't even need to use Lasso here for Whisper. Very easy kill. Obviously, damage over time, very strong against Visage in general. Just breaks right through that cloak. Toronto Tokyo. I mean, look at his net worth versus the Snapfire. He is a few hundred off.
Oh my God.
It's going to be even worse now with another great rotation from Gojira. We talked about how well he played last game. Even if they kill him here, this is mega worth for Beast Coast. And now they're going to use this extra space to potentially go on top of Collapse, although...
I don't think he's even going to die. He's going to have his spells soon.
Boundless Strike. A couple more right clicks, and
like I
down
said,
he goes.
He's fine.
Yeah, he wanted to go back to
To be
base.
fair, though, 1 second later and he lives. He almost had Avalanche toss ready again.
Oh, my.
Close call, but nice from Mira there.
Oh, all right, a courier.
Convenient. Oh, what do you know?
Delicious.
Jumps into that.
Rolling
Top
Thunder.
lane.
Yeah, this will be a nice kill onto a Whisper for Team Spirit. That's the pig pull. Not going to help you now. Swashbuckle's there as well. Okay, Flamer gives him a little bit of space, and there's a Mortimer's Kisses on top of the lasso, but the solo assumption gets the kill first. At the very least, it's a 1-for-1. So good rotation from Beast Coast. And it looks like they're going to get a second kill on top. Man, if Bat Rider lives there, that would have been devastating for Team Spirit.
Yeah. That would have been absolutely insane, but they're still happy with this trade. They trade 2 for 1. That was the Pango ult, and he's the one to die. Visage gets level 6, summons the birds. I think one of them got killed, so Miposhka playing with half an army for another minute and a half now. And, you know, Spirit's lineup, in essence, needs a lot of time. PL is a pretty weak carry for quite a long time.
Yep.
And so is Troll, but his matchup into the PL is good. So if they're both in a similar game state, and the 4-man of Beast Coast is doing a better job than that of Team Spirit, I think Beast Coast should feel very comfortable with the
development. Would you agree that Troll he's a bully in lane, unlike PL?
Yeah.
So usually you'll be able to get a little bit better farm early on. And he is going for the Battle Furies. There's the initiation from Mira, and there's the first ult from Mars, and that's going to be a very nice kill for Team Spirit. Toronto Tokyo.
They needed that.
Ends up netting himself the money for that, which, like you said, is much needed considering his... Is it 3 deaths now? Yeah, he's 2 and 3 in that mid lane Pango role.
He's more than 1,000 gold behind the snap of Chris Smile here.
Is that intentional? It looked intentional.
Who has Boots of Travel now, by the way. Do you think this is a little greedy, or you like this pickup?
I think it's good in this game. I think they have what it takes. As long as Bat Rider doesn't also go Travels, and again, you see Whisper going for the same build as last game. He's going Drum into BKB.
Okay.
It's really useful for Snapfire. You have this ability to push waves very quickly and very easily. And the move speed helps you a lot with getting in position to land the cookie in particular. Bottom lane, they got
dead.
Stinger.
Nightmare keeps him alive for about half a second longer.
Okay, Spirit's starting to make some moves here. That should perhaps lead to a bottom tower as well. They have the siege creep coming in from the 10-minute wave.
Yep, Collapse is showing mid. He's going to get backstabbed here. There's the cookie to start. Actually uses the rebuke already, and there comes Gojira with the avalanche into the toss back. TPs are coming. Collapse isn't going down that fast. Spear not going to connect, though, onto the tower. Mortimer's Kisses is enough to finally get the kill onto Collapse, but it will be a trade for Whisper. But that took a lot of rotations from Team Spirit. Grip near the Tier 1 tower. There's the Wukong's command, but there's a Scatter Blast to follow. And C-Smile cleans up Toronto Tokyo, as now he is getting chased. Pops that Fairy Fire. Monkey King getting in close proximity. Gojira trying to cut down a tree, but not in the right area. There's the Avalanche. Doesn't look like they'll be able to... Mira can get up a couple right clicks if he wants to try to heal, but wasn't going to be enough. At the very least, they find that kill. Toronto, or Yatoro, I should say, picks up the DD. So again, Pango dies. This time, at the very least, it was a trade for Snapfire, who is worth a lot more at this stage. And K1, Battle Fury is on the way.
12 minutes.
Hey, he's going to Ags, baby. Look at that.
Wow.
What did I say? It's a god tier Ags game, Syndron. Watch him change his mind. Make me look like an idiot.
How often is a broken clock right? I feel like that's what you want.
What is a... That doesn't even make sense.
That's just...
How do you break something twice?
That's just a functioning clock, I guess. Actually,
yes, 2 negatives make a positive, or so I was
if
told.
you end up being right, I salute you. That would be impressive. Because I think you've suggested Ags 100 times wrong, and this might just be the one.
That's a lie. As Collapse gets off the arena, he's going to get Nightmare, but here comes the ult from Toronto. He's stuck inside the wall, though. Very unfortunate for him. Stinger's going to be the first to fall in this engagement, but it's going to be the trade for Mira on that Monkey King. Scatterblast doing so much damage as Toronto Tokyo trying to create enough space for him to get away, but he has a bunch of stacks of sticky napalm, and even the Troll ult expended just to secure the kill. A 3-for-1 as we have a pause.
I love the pause. Pause instantly, all caps, sorry, from Chris. he pressed his troll ult, and when you do that, your keyboard actually switches on caps lock as well. It's a little known fact about this ult.
That's true. Not to go off on a tangent, Cinder, but the caps lock key, why does it exist? Why do you need it? So, like, it's in a very prime spot where something useful could actually be. Why you could put that button where like the home and end button are on the key.
What would you put where caps lock is?
Anything, literally anything.
F9 for Dota.
Okay.
I think I would put
Make
F9
it a bindable
there.
key. Yeah.
Isn't it?
I mean, if you unbind caps lock,
I'm pretty sure you can do that in the registry, Shannon. You were used to be tech support. You can help me.
I know. I was tech support, and guess
Help
what?
yourself?
I told people to do not mess with registry.
Actually,
Yes. Don't do it.
that's really good.
4K lead for beastcoast as they are looking on another level this series. This is the biggest. This actually is the biggest surprise of the tournament so far for me because, again, we know that beastcoast can show up, but this is against a TI winner. They've looked good this tournament. It's not like they've shown up and just gotten beat by everybody, but they are getting manhandled in this series.
Yeah, Beast Coast are definitely hot today, and it also feels like Team Spirit overall have been a little bit cold as well. I think it's a bit of both, but to me, this has been one of the most impressive showings we've seen from Beast Coast this tournament. And this is the time to do it when it matters the most. It's actually, we talked about this during the DPC. This is a team that plays the best the higher the stakes are, right? So in the DPC regionals, for example, Beast Coast really stepped it up when there were more points on the line. They won the DPC there, that regional season. Then they make it to the major, and they do okay in groups, and now we're in the, now it's crunch time, so now they're going to play their A game. It's a great quality to have as a team to be able to really step it up when it matters most, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I should mention that Toronto-Tokyo picks up a Diffusal Blade. 15.5-minute Diffusal Blade as a mid-Pango is not what you're looking for.
That's not where it's at.
Apparently it's 1 minute slower than the average. That does not seem... I mean, is that including supports is a real question. Because you're inside that Wukong's command.
What support Pango buys Diffusal, Shannon?
I do.
Game.
Me.
Yeah, well...
Actually, that's not true. I just go Maelstrom. I don't bother with Diffusal. It's more fun.
All right, Shannon. So far, K1 has bought the Ogre Axe. What do you think he's going to buy with it?
It's BKB, I know.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. He has the Alacrity, though, so I'm not sure. We'll have to hold that thought. Collapse gets off the spear with the Arena to follow. And it looks like they'll be able to clean up Whisper, but here comes Smile. Doing a decent amount of damage, but that's just on a support Monkey King. So they get the trade, but favor of that exchange going Team Spirit's way. Oh, Mortimer's Kisses.
Okay.
All right. Doing some farming. Oh, they actually cancel the TP on top of the grip as well. So a nice find by Beast Coast ends up being worth it in the end.
I love that play from Chris. It's so good, right? He knows that Doppelganger is on cooldown from the fight bottom, so he's going to use the Mortimer's Kisses primarily to give vision. Like, they just needed to see where the PL was so they could get a grip. And even though they don't get the grip, they get the vision for the Tiny to come in and then ultimately set it up. So
yeah,
very, very nicely done to get that trade in the end. I thought that was finally going to be a good moment for Spirit, but every single move they make is getting punished. I think they've traded literally every move they've made. And now this is going to more than likely lead to a mid-tier 1 tower as well. See Small here with the illusions. Just a couple more hits will do it. There we go.
Yep, and as we see, he has his BKB, of course. Toronto-Tokyo, we already talked about the Diffusal Blade. Obviously for Yatoro, he already has his Diffusal Blade along with the casual Yasha, which will be a Manta style, so extremely standard build overall for the PL. And oh, nice catch by Gojira. Mira ended up leaping into the avalanche, and that's going to be another easy kill going the way of Beast Coast. Takes it for himself.
I'll say it. I don't want to play Monkey King in this game. These matchups are pretty rough. I think both Snapfire as well as Batrider are two of the worst.
Avalanche, toss back. They don't have grip this time, though.
They have Nightmare.
They do have Nightmare to close the gap for the rest of the team to follow. Drums are popped. You can see the lasso is available, and it's going to be used. Not that much damage, actually, because of the shield crash, but they find it in the end regardless. Another nice kill for Beast Coast.
Max level Nightmare, that 7-second sleep is almost enough to give Tiny his spells back. It's kind of like Chakra, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
He just waits so long that he gets them again.
Troll only picked up a total of 4 Aghanim Scepters this patch. It will be the first in Premier Tournament. That can't be right. I've seen it. Wait, NA Dota is not Premier. My bad.
In this patch, Shannon.
That's right.
In this
I know.
patch.
I'm talking about NA DPC.
Yeah, that wasn't this patch.
When you say this patch, does that mean C or 3-1? I would assume 3-1.
I would assume C.
No, I would not assume C. No.
That's actually a good question. I don't know how they consider that in stats.
That's our trivia question. What do you mean, production, by this patch?
What is
Suns fan right or Cinderin? Or neither somehow?
Oh, that would be the best, actually. When we say this patch, we mean the last 4 years.
Yes, of course. Makes perfect sense. 5K lead. We have the Wraith Pact online, by the way. Who's holding that? It's actually on... Oh, is it the Visage? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Brown Boots, Wraith Pact.
This Roche is dying very quickly to Troll with Drum.
Yep. And he has the BKB ready to go. The Nightmare on the trees.
Oh,
actually help him out a little bit, but they find the kill nonetheless. Requires him to go to the high ground. But like you said, Aegis now for K1. And he is, in fact, going for the Aghanim Scepter next, Cinderin. Has the Alacrity, Blade of Alacrity, and Point Booster, so 2K away from the dream.
Shannon, you're going to be right.
Well,
I can't believe it. I feel like I'm about to give you a diploma. Like, congratulations.
Participation diploma. Thank you so much. This patch is 7.31. So you could have just said, I was right.
I could.
Okay. I'm talking about production.
Oh.
NA DPC was not before that. Doesn't make any sense. Somehow we're both wrong? That doesn't make any sense. Either way, the tier 2 tower will be destroyed. You can see Mira on the trees. They're actually going to fortify this. Oh, do they see him? Picks up a tree, but it's not the one Mira's on. Yeah.
I would think. He's getting out of there.
And that's going to be a tier 2 for Beast Coast. Gojira ends up missing that avalanche. Yeah, they're scanning now. They really are annoyed by Mira. Okay, one going high ground. Absolutely.
He doesn't have the Ags yet. They're just going to try to force... Yeah, they force Team Spirit to TP back, and then they get the hell out of there. And Spirit have to rotate with the Troll plus Siege Creep.
All right, let's talk more about the Ags again, Cinder, because you know me. Am I missing anything that it dispels? So if you use the... It lowers the cooldown of Whirling Axes in general, and then the range version will dispel enemies. The melee version will dispel yourself. So what did I miss that you can dispel, other than Shield Crash, the Jingu stack on yourself? I don't think you can dispel it from Monkey King.
You can dispel the Grave Chill Visage gets when it casts it on enemies, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you should be able to.
Yeah, that's on.
Oh, Gojira.
Yeah, Avalanche. Toss back, and the lasso in midair, and the grip. Using everything. Gets off the Doppelganger. Going for the illusion, it looks like. He might be able to live through this. Yeah, they baited him out. He's going to get out, it looks like. But there's the Nightmare. Nope. Whirling Axis comes in. Both versions. Down goes the PL. K1 pops the ult inside the Wukong's command. Just going absolute ham on Mr. Collapse. Double kill for K1.
Toronto Tokyo did not have TP. The Pango is stuck in the top lane.
Indeed. Toss back again. Triple kill K1. We were expecting a 2-0, but not for Beast Coast.
Nope.
And it has not been close. This is a very masterful performance by them.
Just another example of us both being wrong at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
But there's the Ag, so that's a constant reminder that I am correct.
Yeah, I
Toronto Tokyo,
they got him!
The cancel on the ult! Gets tossed back and brought down. Does have buyback, though. Gojira is all over the place. This guy is an absolute god. And down goes the tier 3 tower. They can see the TP from Mars coming in, and he has to cancel it. There's the buyback onto Pango, though. K1 getting bursted down, but does have the Aegis. It is consumed.
He doesn't have
Rolling Thunder is coming. It's going to be timed perfectly, and there's the spear into the Mars arena. And unfortunately, the Aghanim Scepter did nothing, Cinder, because he's dead. And the rest of Beast Coast likely will try to fall back as Collapse is having a weird 1v1 battle with Tiny, which is himself. That doesn't make any sense. Gojira finds the kill. And you can see some laughter there from Beast Coast. It's a 2-for-1. Gojira has his blink, but no
I feel like
TP.
We're watching literally the same game we just did. It's the exact same thing, right? They're really far ahead. They're doing great. They push high ground, then they die on K1.
Yeah, true.
And now they're going to chill. And if everything goes according to plan... Well,
All right, and he's just standing there.
okay.
Makes it a little bit easier for Team Spirit to get the 3 for 1. If you want to count the Aegis, 4 for 1.
It is actually, if you are looking to min-max in real life, if you're sure you're going to die on your hero, not clicking will give your mouse more longevity. So if you're sure you're going to die there, just take your hand off the mouse.
That's true.
You'll need to buy less mice.
There's only so many clicks within each mouse, and you never know when it goes out.
Right.
It's just like a tennis racket.
Yeah. There's only so many clicks in that.
That's right. I mean, when they mess with the wire, that's kind of clicking. Or badminton for you. So
now I'm picturing
you're
you
badminton
playing Dota with a tennis racket as your mouse. That would explain a lot of things about what heroes you like to play.
That's right. And we can see Smile. He's getting close to the level 20 Lil Shredder using your attack damage, already prepping for that with the Chrysalis.
Yep.
Of course, it doesn't do anything yet, really, for him.
He's going to go into Silver as well. Okay. So he will have that break against Mars, which will be very useful for Troll in particular to just kill him instantly.
Right.
In these fights, when Troll uses ulti, the dream scenario for Team Spirit is that Collapse is tanking all of it with the Bulwark. Has known to be a pretty bad matchup for Troll at times, and they did willingly pick it into Mars here. Wasn't too big of an issue so far, but if those conditions are met, that can be a very, very big deal for Spirit's defense. Which they will probably be playing for a while here, let's be honest. The map is definitely not in their favor. I don't know, I feel like this is the hardest game I've seen Mira play in a long time. He has nothing.
Yeah, it is uncommon for us to see that.
He has Orb of Corrosion and a Void Stone. He's almost completing a Yule's now. He actually has the gold for it, but then he wouldn't have buyback. But
mass disconnections, everybody's lagging.
This is a very rough Monkey King game.
Bulba probably using all the bandwidth in his hotel room, affecting all the players. Just downloading all his anime, of course.
Oh.
Nothing nefarious in there.
I thought he was downloading Storm Spirit replays.
There's just so many to go through.
I mean, once you have that fetish with it, you want to see all of them, you know?
That's true. You might have missed something.
Yep.
Absolutely. So what does Team Spirit need to do to get back in this game? I mean, 7K is not insurmountable. We've already seen one Roche, and the Aegis was taken out pretty fast, so he won't be up for a few minutes now.
I think...
I mean, because can Team Spirit, can they take Roche fast with this lineup? You got the lucky shot. PL's
Visage 15 helps a lot with it, right? Because then if he...
the corruption.
But he might take the double Soul Assumption hit as a support. He'd probably still take the other one, I would imagine. But yeah, with that, they can kill it reasonably fast, but not super fast. Beast Coast are easily the quicker team here at killing Roche. I think for Spirit, the big goal is, honestly, find a way for PL to connect on the back line. Like, you want PL to kill Bane. You want PL to be able to run at and fight potentially the Batrider, but he has BKB, so you need to catch him in a stun first. It really is about attacking the fight in a way that isn't just flat out head-on, because I think those fights are too difficult for you. So you need to use PL as an assassin almost. Yeah. I think if he just runs in the front, he can't fight anyway, right? He's just going to get zoned out by Troll and a Snapfire ult, so has to be very aware of his attack angle.
We missed a couple things. Self-Dispel from the Ags on Troll will take off Lucky Shot, obviously. It will take off the slow from the Rebuke. Will take off the slow from Spirit Lance. So allows K1 to actually not be kited as much, which was kind of I would assume, the intent of the item in general for Troll, since he does get kited a lot. Likely not to see the Shard, though. Even if it drops on Roche, give it to somebody else.
If it drops on Roche, he's going to break it rather than have it.
Rampage. I mean, it sounds like a great spell, but we've seen it used, and it's a bit underwhelming. I think there's a couple ways to probably improve it, but we won't get into the theory crafting, Cinderin. I think the idea is cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, the status resist isn't too bad this game, actually, for his team, I suppose. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to use a lot of the time. And you mostly don't want to buy it, right? If you get it for free and none of your other the thing is, there's other teammates you would rather give the shard to anyway, right? Give the one to Bat.
For sure. I mean, this guy, I will say, giving a bunch of attack speed in range form to Tiny, even a support Tiny, hitting buildings, that could be quite good. But I don't think it's worth picking up over something.
Honestly, now that I'm looking over the heroes, I actually don't know if you'd rather have it on anyone else. I think his might be the best.
Really, Brain Sap's not that great this game.
It's okay against PL.
Snapfire already has hers, I'm guessing. That's the best one in the game for sure.
Has that. And the Bad Rider one is the one with attacking during lasso, which I think is largely inconsequential this game. The way he's building. So, honestly,
okay,
it's probably him or Bane. I think the Bane one is pretty nice against PL, actually.
You don't want to give it to support Tiny?
No.
Really?
Not with this build.
Even, I mean, it's not for fighting. It's for sieging once you win a fight, right?
His attack speed is going to be atrocious, though, right?
Well, not with the rampage that you buy after the fact, right?
Good point.
All right, they find the monkey again.
Isn't over yet.
Down goes Mira again. How many deaths is that this game? That is number 7 for
they
him.
scanned them out mid. Whisper almost got vision there with that napalm. That one he definitely did with. Toronto, Tokyo, but can't chase him down.
I feel like if you consume the shard on somebody that already has shard, you just get 1,400 gold. Doesn't that make sense? Give it to Snapfire.
That would be pretty crazy, actually.
Would it?
Yeah.
I guess 1,400 is a lot. Cheese is only, what, 250?
I think you sell it for 500.
Sell it for 500?
Yeah. I think that's been... I feel like it's been done before, but it's exceptionally rare. But I think I have seen a pro game where somebody sold the cheese.
Well, when you need an item, you need an item.
Yep.
And you can see Beast Coast playing a little bit slower pace now, obviously waiting for the second row since they have the advantage in taking it. Abyssal Blade now online for K1, and he's going to be going for Scotty and then eventually the Blink Dagger to likely replace the Boots, or if he ends up consuming the Aghanim Scepter. And there's Roche. All right, so you actually do think K1's Shard will be the play here.
Yes.
Which we will talk about if he actually gets it. But you can see Team Spirit are actually on their way to attempt to contest this.
They're too late.
It's going to be too slow. So K1 getting Aegis and Team Spirit. They're going to get found out. They're going for the Monkey King again. Toss back into Whisper's arms. And he's going to die. Number 8. And see if they can find some more. Gojira gets off another toss, but he's in the midst of a lot of summons here. There's the Rolling Thunder to follow. BKB activated, and K1 ends up helping get yet another kill in favor of Beast Coast. And a nice catch by Whisper. And this is another kill going the way of Beast Coast. The Spirit not able to even get to the Roche Pit in time, but they still lose 3.
I think they might have even got a better outcome there, potentially, if K1. I think he wanted to try to Abyssal the Pango, but ended up clicking either Visage or a Bird.
Yeah.
If he gets that Abyssal off and then gets a lucky chain bash.
Rampage! Sorry.
There it is.
It was in his backpack for quite a while, because like, surely my shard's not the best, right? Oh, but you already have yours on Snapfire. Okay, all right, I'll take it. So basically, if he's in ranged form while that is activated, his whole team, yeah, you can see the activation, nicely done. Range form, everybody gets attack speed. Melee form, everybody gets status resist. And it actually is dynamic, so if you're switching back and forth while that's activated, it will actually change back and forth for your team.
That might be, you know, when it comes to like trivia and Dota, that might be the thing that you know that least people know. Is
What, shards?
How Rampage works.
Oh, Rampage specifically. Yeah. And we did talk about it at TI, and it was used to very little effect, if I remember correctly.
It's one of those shards where I actually really like the concept of this.
Yeah,
I think it's very interesting, and I love the fact that it's dynamic.
Yeah.
But
it used to be attached to, I believe, Battle Trance, which was atrocious. Now it's at least
maybe a couple
okay-ish.
Maybe a couple of tweaks on the numbers would make this a more appealing pickup for pro players.
Yeah, I mean, how long is the duration?
5 seconds.
5 seconds and 80 second cooldown. Come on, man.
Yeah.
80 seconds. That's longer than Battle Trance. What in God's green horses? I don't understand.
God has a green horse?
Gaben.
Oh, Gaben has.
Gaben has a green horse. My bad. Toronto, Tokyo.
Oh no, they see Mira. Oh, it's fine. I thought for a second they were going to catch him there with.
So is he building an MKB? He's going for Bloodthorn, it looks like, on the PL. So not trying to counteract the blind at all from K1, which is obviously an issue since it's up all the time.
On PL, you said?
Yeah.
He's going Bloodthorn, right?
Right.
So he's going to have the True Strike from that, but
it's not as consistent.
It's far away, though. It's a very expensive item.
Ooh, all right. Good attempt there from Collapse. He's going to get Abyssal Bladed, though, and gripped down. No buyback, and they find the lasso on guess who? It's Mira. Buys back in the game. Didn't even have time to see his dead body, in fact. As K1, okay, we got the jump in
refresh.
from Whisper. He's going to get bashed, though. Gets off the lasso, onto the Pango, getting dragged into death. No buyback again for Team Spirit. And they are at the numbers advantage. Still have to go through this Aegis on K1, who's just focusing on buildings now. And Smile has that talent, so his little shredder does a lot of damage. And okay, that's a dieback now onto Mira. And this might be it for Team Spirit at the Stockholm Major, surprisingly enough. First round lower bracket, 0-2 to Beast Coast, unless they have some miraculous finish here. The jump in from C-Smile, that is another dead hero for Team Spirit. And Beast Coast looking ungodly today. This is where you say you agree.
I agree.
And they won off the back of the Aghanim Scepter and Shard Troll Warlord. Unbelievable, Cinder.
I wonder what the win rate is of that combo. Troll with those two items. It's got to be astronomically high.
Because you'd only buy it when the game is over.
You only get them from Roche almost always.
That is true. The toss back, another kill onto Visage, buys back in the game. Gojira creating some space for his team to just go for the buildings. Objective-based gaming for K1. Has his sights set on nothing else other than killing the Ancient as GG's come out. Team Spirit eliminated from the Stockholm Major. Upset big time.